Hey guys, my name is Shubham Kejriwal and today in this video I have the Xiaomi Redmi Note 3 with me once again, and in this video I would be reviewing the CM14 ROM CyanogenMod 14 ROM on this device that I have been running for about a week now on this device. So we'll be talking about some of the pros and cons of this ROM, some of the bugs that I have faced on this ROM, and pretty much everything good and bad about this ROM, and I would be telling you guys if this is actually a good ROM for you or not. So yes, without any further ado, let us get straight into our video and talk about this ROM and its good and the bad.
As it twisted tiles beneath all our feet, what do you see?
So first of all, let's just go into the settings and just go to the Android version settings so that we can get an idea about it is actually Android Nougat. And as you can see over here in about phone, Android version is 7.0, and this basically confirms that this is Android Nougat. First and the foremost pro that I noticed with this ROM, which is a really nice thing about it, is the battery life. Like, it is stunning and it's enormously amazing on this ROM. I don't know how the unofficial ROM makers managed to do that, but battery life on this ROM is simply amazing. Like with MIUI, I had just one complaint, and that was that with every update the battery life was kind of decreasing, and I didn't actually like it. But with this ROM, I can say that that issue is pretty much resolved, because I can easily get a screen on time of enormous time of about 7.5 or maybe 8 hours. That is insane, and I can show you proof. I can show you screenshots that you are seeing right now on the screen, and that basically confirms that this is what it offers. It is really very awesome. And let me just go into the battery settings and just show you something about it. So I just charged it, but you can see for the last 20 hours or something I have been using this device like crazy. Like, it is steep down, and you can pretty much guess that I have been using it really very aggressively, yet you do have quite a functionality here. Also, you get this battery saver mode. In any case, if you have to have more battery life, you have that feature too. Another thing which I really liked about this ROM is its RAM management. So this is what I say for every other ROM that I flash on this Xiaomi Redmi Note 3 or any other smartphone for that matter from Xiaomi, because of the fact that MIUI itself is kind of a very heavy UI. So when you are moving from MIUI to any other ROM, you are expected to get better RAM management. So yeah, that is a case here too, and you do have good RAM management. And along with that, the third very nice thing about this ROM, that basic CyanogenMod related functionalities are present on this ROM. Now when I say basic, I say that not all of them are included, but all of the basic ones that all of the CyanogenMod devices must have are actually present in this ROM. So if I show you that, I can go into the settings, and in the status bar option, first of all, where are the status bar options? Oh my god. Okay, here as you can see, status bar, and under this I can configure almost everything. Brightness control, what it does is, like, you can slide the top slider in order to adjust the brightness. You might not be able to see it because I'm recording the screen, but the brightness actually gets configured when I actually scroll through the status bar. That is a very nice and interesting feature. And also you can configure many other things like clock style, AM PM style, वगैरह. I don't even know. Yeah, that's that. And another thing that I wanted to tell you guys is that other basic functionalities from CyanogenMod, like other button configurations and all, are actually present, and that is pretty basic but still present there, which does make sense. Another thing which I really liked about this ROM is the fact that it doesn't have many peripheral bugs except for the main camera bug, about which we would be talking about in the later parts of this video. Except for that one major bug, almost everything works, and almost everything works really very fluidly. Like Wi-Fi, RIL, battery life, battery saver, whatever, do not disturb, torch, auto rotation, you name it, it probably runs on this ROM, except for the camera, obviously, as I already told. So we'll be talking about that in the con section, and we should actually just proceed towards it and talk about it right now. So one of the biggest con that we have on this ROM right here, as I already mentioned, is regarding the camera. So the problem with the camera is that it doesn't actually work. It doesn't actually run on this ROM. Now what I have noticed with this ROM is a really very weird and a really very different kind of an experience, and that is that with some applications like Instagram, I can actually capture photos and record videos occasionally. Now when I say occasionally, it fully depends upon your device. Like if it wants on this ROM, it would record video, it would shoot photos, and if it doesn't want, it wouldn't just do that. So yeah, that's that. And let me just go into the Instagram application and show you that. And if I go into the the capture thingy and just go into photos, yeah, you can see it is running as of now, but if I just mess around with it for some time, it would just vanish away. Another thing that I really hate about this ROM, and Android in particular, Android Nougat, is the fact that it is really very restrictive. Like, I don't know why, but I'm not able to access my SD card from the point of time I have installed this ROM on my device. I thought that it might be like a startup procedure, like it doesn't read the SD card for some time and then just sync in whole of the data. But it's been around 1 week now, and I don't expect it to be read anytime soon. So yeah, if you go into the file manager, and if I try to go here into the SD card one, it would most probably show me that it cannot be read. Okay, it isn't showing me anything right now. You see, unable to gain the required privileges to function. That is the thing which I get shown. And like, I also searched for that problem on the internet about how you can fix that, and it turns out that many people on Android Nougat are actually facing this problem, and not only those people who are running CM14 on the Redmi Note 3 or any similar device. So that is one problem which I have noticed, and yeah, that is about Android Nougat in itself and not just this ROM. So I cannot blame this phone or the developers about this, but yeah, it is present and you have to be aware about that, because you are the one who have to use this phone ultimately. So yeah, you cannot access your external memory as of now, but hopefully if you root your device, you would be getting those privileges and those functions would work. Now another thing which I wanted to tell is that many of the features which Android Nougat is supposed to have aren't actually present on this ROM. One of the major things that I was expecting this ROM to have, but it didn't have eventually, was the Google Now on Tap functionality. Now if I just tap on it, it just takes me to the Google application. So I have reset it to the multi-functioning window, but originally it took me to the Google application like what we have in Android KitKat or Jelly Bean or something, and that was kind of disappointing. You should have had Google Now on Tap as of now on this ROM, and that is kind of a disappointing thing for me. Another thing that Android Nougat was supposed to be bringing with it was the feature of multi-window, and that too isn't present on this ROM. Like, multi-window was supposedly a feature on which you can just double tap on the recents menu and you would be taken to the multi-window mode, but it doesn't actually happen here, and that is again kind of disappointing. I expected that to be at least here, and that is not present. Another and most probably the last bad thing that I would be talking about in this video about this ROM is the fact that the network connectivity isn't that great. Like, you have network connectivity, but it isn't just what you can expect from a ROM to have. Like, in MIUI itself, it is already really very bad, and in this ROM it gets worse. So I don't find how it is good for you to have bad network connections. Like in my room, where MIUI provided me some points at which I can use my phone on the internet connection or the 3G support or something like that, with this ROM installed, it is pretty much nothing on my room. Like, I can get anywhere, I can just jump around my room a whole day long, but I wouldn't get even a single antenna for the signal. So yeah, that is kind of a disappointing thing. I have to rush out of my room every time I have to make a call or every time I have to use my data connection, and that is kind of a disappointing thing. But yeah, that is basically it for what I have noticed as the major cons and major pros on this ROM as of now. I hopefully haven't missed anything, but if you guys have seen any other cons or pros about this ROM, just let me know and I would test that out and would most probably cover that in the next video which I might make about this ROM. Yeah, that's basically it for what I wanted to tell you guys about this ROM. I hope that you guys enjoyed watching this video, and if you did, and if you learned something new, do hit that thumbs up button because it does help the channel a lot. Also, you can subscribe to the channel to stay tuned to more such videos. I'm obviously really very soon going to make a video on how you can install a MIUI back on the Xiaomi device which is running a custom ROM, and I've already made a video on how you can flash a custom ROM. So you can stay tuned by subscribing to the channel for the next upcoming video. Alarms are ringing. What time is it? Oh my god, it's 4:45 AM. What am I doing at 4:45 AM? What the Okay, so alarms have started ringing in my house now, so I should pretty much wrap up this video really very soon. Subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching. Like this video, share this video with your friends, comment down below any query that you have, and that is basically it. Thank you so much for watching, guys. This is being Shubham Kejriwal from Shubham Kejriwal. That's my channel name. But yeah, that is basically it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch up with you in the next video.